Should be an off-lane Pangolier, as I believe we do have both our supports already sorted here for Adroit. So it is going to be another game of ignoring that ES. Neon Esports, however, with the Pugna pick. I wonder where they're putting that Pugna. Like, whether it's going in the... I doubt it's a mid lane Pugna. I'm sure it's a support this game around. I don't quite see a reason for it yet, though, if I'm quite frank. Like, it deals well with the Enchantress, because you don't have to worry about the Untouchable. But if the Enchantress is just a support, is it really worth going the Pugna pick?
Not really. Like, I think you'd want to look for more value in there. Um, I think it still works okay for Neon because this is really, again, making it hard for a droid to pick their preferred cores for Natsumi. He really loves big hitting cores, so it's just hard to commit to that with the Pugna. We'll see whether or not Adroit does change that up in response to that. You do see Neon pick up the Grimstroke now, so there is some potency with that Grimstroke in this case. You've got the double roar that comes out, so already a lot of value from that Grimstroke support. Even double decrep, right? It does a lot of work, so I do like it coming out. I think Neon will be able to maximize that. It gives them a very fast pace in the game, and I think this actually starts to really enable a co-op support, if that's going to be the case. We've seen that run by GeekFam in different series. Still, Adroit, they picked that Faceless Void up for Natsumi. We've seen him do a lot of work. We see that Void and Phoenix combination once more. So the Chronosphere and Egg is in play. I think the one thing you have to watch out for Adroit is, of course, you have to catch the Pugna out, and you have to play around the chrono timing.
That you do. Not only the Pugna, though, even the Beastmaster, right? Like, you've got the Roar from outside the Chrono you can commit. It is a fairly long range. And they chose that Void knowing that those counters were existent for Neon. So, Adroit, they must be feeling confident with that Faceless Void pickup. Still, Neon, they are yet to make their final ban, so we can wait for the next ban from Adroit and then see the final pickups here from both teams. Neon, they are still missing their POS 1 in all this, and Adroit, they are still arguably missing a mid lane, because I am still sure the Pangolier should be in the off for Ben Soy. Neon, they're going to have a bit more of a think about it. I mean, that Quap should be going mid here. And so it's just going to be a matter of
Yeah.
what you don't want the Quap to play up against, and the Invoker comes out.
Hmm. I don't know if that would have really been in play. I think we have seen Invoke, but again, you don't tend to see the early Sunstrike plays and not really about. Maybe for the Alacrity buff, if that's what you're looking for in the follow up from the Chrono, but I think it's been a hard time to make that Invoker work. Wouldn't have really fit into how a droid plays with Mac anyway.
That is true. Well, Adroit, their final pickup now. You wouldn't really be surprised to see something like a Alina come out here up against that Queen of Pain. We've seen that plenty of times. You also have the DK still there, surprisingly enough. Not that he particularly enjoys going up against that Quap, but at the same time, he doesn't really mind after a couple levels.
Yeah,
The
it
Dragon's Blood
definitely
just
doesn't.
regens so much HP.
And it gives some good push for a droid. It can deal damage in that chrono as well if they wanted that. They go with the puck, so it's really all in the team fight for a droid. A lot of slippery heroes as well. Mainly puck, but it does make it a bit trickier for Neon to select the target. Do you roar the puck? Do you roar the void? Or do you roar the Pangolier who can get that rolling thunder off? So a lot of choices to be made for Neon. For a droid, I think again you're playing around as 5. You have to hit that timing on Natsumi. He has to find that early farm. He has to be able to land those early chronos and really start applying pressure as 5 very early on.
Yeah, absolutely. Neon, their final pickup now. Again, still that POS 1 pick we're looking for here for Neon. They'll let the reserve time tick out for this one. And they
Really
will
tick
go
out.
all the way, yeah. All right. Spectre
Oh,
it is. I don't mind the Spectre in this, right? If you can, we always say this, but if you can drag it out to the late game, the Spectre does become a real powerhouse. It's just a matter of whether they can get that farther.
yeah. I think there is a big issue of timing here from Neon. Like you compare Adroit's draft, you compare their timings when Natsumi's ready to fight, it is a lot earlier than Scam. So let's see whether or not Neon can buy that time as 4 to give Scam the space he needs to farm up. And that's really the key. Scam is their win condition on that spec. They're going to have to play the long game, give Scam a really good lane. He has to be ready to go for the farm from minute 0. And you do have ways of doing that. You do have play hard on the Queen of Pain, so it is the core off lane Pugna. Yopaj is taking the Beastmaster down.
We'll see how it all pans out. We have seen the mid Beastmaster quite a bit over the past few days, and it has had mixed results overall. I can't say it's been successful all the time. It can work out quite nicely though. I won't doubt that. It's a matter of how well the lane matchup is going to be, and I got to say it's not that easy up against the Puck. Mac should have the advantage in this, but overall, Yopaj, if he plays it right, he should be able to still secure himself some farm, and more importantly, those levels on this Beastmaster.
Yeah.
We'll get into game number 1 of this best of 2, but of course, before that, we are going to hit the pause. So Rappy's going to have a few issues, and
That's
fine.
good timing.
Yep.
Tradition. I mean, it's 2 Filipino teams, Mike. I'm not sure what any of us expect. This is just going to be terrible all this entire series. I'm just going to call it. The internet's not going to be good. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
My internet's not.
Well,
Their internet's not. No one's internet.
We've established that, John. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's not a great time, but you know they've still got to play this game. So at some point the unpause will come, and we'll find out just how well each one can run. Neon, again, you've mentioned this, but we see this pattern every single time. If you play 2 series in a row, what tends to happen is you get 0-2'd in one, and then you 2-0'd in the next. So it's down to Neon to try to find that 2-0. It's going to be tricky because Adroit, they have been pretty on point. They play aggressively. We've seen Natsumi find the space and come in at the right time. It is a bit more complicated when you have 2 team fight spells to center around. So it's all about the Chrono and Egg. Boomy has to be able to pop the egg right in the middle, and Natsumi has to follow up immediately with Chrono.
Well, I'm sorry, John.
Sure to follow up stun.
Sorry, John.
And it's not the easiest thing to pull off.
Your mic's your internet's kind of lagging at the moment, unfortunately.
See you later.
It's all right though, no problem. Sure, it'll resolve itself. Things happen. Neon Esports look to start this off with the tri lane up at the top lane. They'll probably just try and secure this rune though. In all fairness, I doubt they'll stick around here. I'm sure Rappy is gonna have to go down to that bot lane because the Spectre is quite susceptible to dying in the laning phase if you do leave Schem like that. It's not going to be the easiest offlane either. You've got Boomy there on the pos for Phoenix with Ben Soy on the Pangolier. CML even going to show up down at that bot to make sure they get those bounties.
I didn't realize Neon had some people who were also Visaya. So this is explaining a lot in the all chat at the least.
Looks like CML, he's going to make his way back up top. Natsumi, it's going to be there on the Void. So Rappy is actually going to be playing that core pug now. They're going to run the support Queen of Pain. It's quite interesting. CML should have a bit of a tough time here up against that support Quap. It's not very easy to trade here with that Shadow Strike damage out from that Queen of Pain, and we actually saw that last game around. We'll see how CML deals with it this time. But even Natsumi in this safe lane is not going to have the greatest time either. You've got that Decrep that should be able to be spammed out here from Rappy. It should be able to really grief Natsumi in these last hits. Of course, in the mid lane, your Page going to be there on that Beastmaster up against Mac on the puck. We briefly talked about the fact that your Page should not have the greatest lane in this mid lane on this Beastmaster, but again, if you play it right, it shouldn't be the worst time in the world. At least with this, he can go the ball build instead of having to go down the Axes route. And that way, you got more influence in the game. Most Beastmasters don't particularly enjoy going for the balls, and then don't enjoy going for the Axes and not going for those balls. Bot lane, Boomy's going to be chased down with this Phoenix. He doesn't have Icarus dive yet, but Ben Soy will be there to stop the kill from happening. Nice little body block there with the swashbuckle. Well, so far everything's going quite smoothly here. Neon, they are securing farm just fine. Your Page unable to get that final denial from the Beastmaster. It's another thing you have to be a bit careful of if you are your Page. Those boars, the gold is okay. It's about a creep's worth of gold, but the XP is much higher than a creep. So you got to be a little bit careful about how much of those boars you end up giving away to Mac. So he can really start to out-level you if you're not too careful. Where even now you can see the difference in XP on Mac and your Page. It is significant enough. It's almost a quarter of a level. And these earlier levels, of course, that XP is going to matter a lot more. Does also get the D ward off. To make matters worse, your Page was unable to get the deny off from that Observer ward. Oh, excuse me, that was the Courier. So that's going to be even worse now for your Page, because now he's missing a Courier for another minute or so. And, bot lane, they do end up finding Boom. So that Phoenix, he stuck around a bit too long, and the side of Neon Esports were able to secure the kill. It's not necessarily first blood as the gold was split, but it's still, again, a great start for Neon. Much better than the last series. I think that, just with that alone, they'll be pretty happy. Even your Page mid lane right now is focusing on just making sure Mac does not feel comfortable. Mac having to bring out more regen, but he doesn't want to go for a salve. He will bring out the bottle instead. And again, that boar is going to end up dying for Mac. Your Page just not able to get the denies off. Looking back up at that top lane though, Rappy's having a good old time here onto Natsumi. Nether Blast going to connect as well, but Natsumi now wants to make the chase. He's not getting any bashes, however. So back to farm for this Void. But I've got to say, so far this is a significant improvement over that last game we saw from Neon. Of course, Adroit have a long way to go, don't get me wrong. We're only 4 minutes into the game, but even these earlier stages, just going that much better. Still, Mac is at the top of the last hits board in that puck. Which is going to be a cause of concern. You never really want to allow that puck to get too much farm as... Well, they're already evasive as it is, but if they're allowed to get the Yules and the blink up and everything else, it just gets that much worse to try and kill off this puck. Your Page now trying to just secure some jungle farm, it seems, but even Mac, he's not going to let him do this. He will rotate in. He'll actually leave the creep wave in the mid lane and force your Page to just go back to the fountain now. Orb going to fly through your Page in big trouble, and he should die. That was very, very well played by Mac, just having the vision there with the illusionary orb. Well, at least you've still got the ball there for now, but Mac's going to even take that off you to make matters worse. So he won't even be able to secure CS with the ball. Mac now at that level 6 mark. He's kept the Beastmaster Yopaj at level 5. Dream Coil hasn't actually been skilled up yet, but he is holding on to the point. It's just going to be a matter of whether he wants to try and go for a kill here or whether he wants to just keep dominating the lane. But he'll find another ball here from Yopaj. Oh, this is getting really, really bad now. Level 7 for the puck. At least top lane, Playhard does get a kill into CML. Now hoping not to get bashed, and Natsumi, again, is not going to get lucky. And, mid lane. Ouch. Mac, second kill onto this Beastmaster now. Does commit the Dream Call for that, of course. But this is concerning. He's going to out-level him by 3 levels if this keeps up. CML going to rotate in just to fill up the bottle of Mac. Januel did rotate in to try and help out Yopaj on that Beastmaster a little bit, but it just can't really get that done, and now even couldn't even get the deny off on that power rune. And looks like Playhard will actually rotate in on the Quap as well. But he'll have to rotate down bot. There's not much he can get done here. He's going to try and help out Skem on that Spectre. He's going to have a salve coming in from Januel. This offlane has been getting harder and harder as Boomy does have those level 2 Fire Spirits up now. But they are going to jump in with that Ink Sword combination. That warming the Phoenix at least should die. Can they get Bensoy as well? He does swashbuckle away, but the chase is on. Earn is there from Playhard. He may actually die for this. He's got the blink up in a second. No, he doesn't need to. The Shadow Strike and Earn damage was enough over time. He just needed one more auto attack. So a very, very nice rotation from Playhard though. Now Mac, he misses the Dream Coil. Good juke out there again from Playhard. And well, Mac not going to be too happy about that one. He'll have to make the rotation back to the mid lane, and he won't miss out on too much. The creep wave is at his tier 1 tower. That did buy Yopaj a bit of space at least to hit that level 6 mark now on the Beastmaster. Luckily for Mac, he'll have the Dream Call back up in 40 seconds. Yopaj just jungling now, just doesn't feel quite confident being in a lane anymore. He does have the Helm of the Dominator up now though, so this does mean he can start making those rotations with his team, starting to force down tier 1 towers if he so wishes. This does give Mac basically a free lane, however. Like, at least you do have Januel soaking XP on that Grimstroke. It's really the only positive here for that mid lane. But Mac, he's got the Dream Core back up with an Arcane Rune now, so he's going to rotate up top. Rappy, of course, does understand this rotation is coming, so he will hide in the tree line. Ultimately, Mac just going to TP back down to the bot lane, where Playhard does end up dying. So that Queen of Pain now being punished for that earlier kill, and Skem got to try and TP out. They won't. Oh, they do have the Dream Coil still there, so they can cancel the TP, and that is very unfortunate for Skem. He was about half a second off TPing. Unfortunately for him, Mac never committed the Dream Call onto Playhard, and that meant a very easy kill onto that Spectre, and now they'll start trying to pressure that tier 1 bot tower. Meanwhile though, mid, there is going to be a Roar being committed on CML, who did rotate in to try and soak some XP on the Enchantress, but it does not pay off. And Neon, or at least Yopaj, is going to start rotating up towards that top lane to try and help out with this tier 1 tower push. He may not need it, but no, now he definitely does. Rappy getting caught out of the chrono. Bensoy going to be there with the Rolling Thunder. The nice Soulbind to come out. Rappy, he is unable to survive even through the Decrep. Now Januel going to try and run away. The Inkswar is there, but it is not going to be enough to save him. He will eventually go down to CML on the Enchantress. Even bot lane Boomy. Skem does get the kill, so a nice little pickup there for the POS 1 of Neon Esports. But Adroit, they are going to maintain a 1k net worth lead in this match thus far. We are going to have those 10-minute bounty runes popping up as well. right now, Neon are actually in a bit of a better position to get these bounty runes for themselves. Not anymore, though, as they kind of let the bottom ones just go, so Mac's going to go ahead and claim those. And Ben Soy does find the third bounty rune there, so it should be a 3-for-1 trade for Adroit on these bounties. If they find that one. Currently, everyone's just left it, but it looks like Boomy's got the right idea. He does rotate it and take it. And we'll actually see a rotation come out now from Natsumi. He's going to come down to the bot lane and start forcing in that bottom tier 1, as they did lose the top tier 1 tower to Rappy. Scam feels safe while that chrono is not up. He does also have teammates rotating into the bot lane just in case he will need it, but Egg being committed here. Genuel trying to take care of it there with Scam. Natsumi jumps in, doesn't get the deny off. Scam does get the kill, and now the roar comes out. Oh, Natsumi, they'll even lose CML. Neon taking a 3-for-0 trade down at that bot lane. There's a very early rotation from Natsumi. He was trying to claim the tier 1 tower, but I'm not sure why they commit the egg like that. And even then, just time walking in to try and get the deny off on that egg doesn't really pan out for them. At the very least, Mac is forcing in the mid tier 1 tower, so it's not all bad. But that is a lot of kills to give away to Neon. Well, this Radiant side still going strong. Taking the net worth lead for the first time this game. Play hard, going to jump in. CML could be in trouble. Inkswell going to be there. CML is going to take that stun, but Mac is also around. He has been silenced, but now does take it off. Rolling Thunder from Ben Soy. Now a double Dream Coil right on the side. He is going after that quad, but the life drain was enough to keep him healthy. Now the Haunts are coming in. Scam. He goes after CML. Now deciding after Boomy, though no. He is going to back off. Mac barely getting out with his life intact. Natsumi, looks like he was forced to chrono again. So Scam was on the chase for the Pangolier. Adroit, they really need to secure more farm onto Natsumi if they wish to try and do this. I mean, he's got the Javelin up, but he's starting to fall very far behind in net worth. Even behind the Beastmaster, who was struggling in that laning phase. Egg again being dropped here at this bot lane, but it's easily taken out, and now the roar comes out. Yopaj just commits it, and Boomy and Ben Soy will both go down. A double kill coming out for the Beastmaster. Neon are refusing to allow this bottom tier 1 tower to drop. Adroit are refusing to back off. They just keep trying to go for it. But it's not worth continuing this for Adroit if they're going to keep giving kills away like this. And Neon, even though they had that lackluster start, they've really caught up now. You look at Rappy at that level 9 mark, going after CML. He'll just walk away. Mac will Dream Coil CML, or rather the Pugna, but looks like Rappy should die. Sonic Wave does come out. They do kill off CML in response to Rappy dying. Ben Soy now going to try and chase down Emmanuel, or Januel, and should die as well. Mac even dying on the puck. What is happening this game? And Neon, they're just going to push a mid-tier 1 tower. They can do this very quick as well, because Yopaj does have the Necro 1 book. He's going to lose that dominated creep, but who cares about that? That tier 1 definitely going down. Play hard. Going to start rotating down to the bot lane to once again defend this tier 1 tower. Still going to be a 1k net worth lead for Neon as Play Hard going to blink in with the Ink Swirl now. Boomy going to be in huge trouble. He does not have Icarus Dive. He did commit it. Now with the Soulbind and Silence, that should mean he's going to die. Yopaj has Roar again. Bensoy though will start rolling around, trying to go after the Beastmaster, but Rappy keeping him healthy. Natsumi now in as well. Does have the Chrono, but Roar is committed. Mac trying to fight, but he is falling so low on that puck. He will barely get away. Yopaj will die in the process on the Beastmaster, and now Adroit, do you want to go in? Natsumi, he still holds on to the Chrono as Mac will die now to Schem on the Spectre. And Playhard is chasing. He wants to go after Natsumi. Natsumi now will turn around, still holding on to that Chrono, but he will go down. Playhard with the Scream. He'll just have enough damage. And of course, Rappy got the Decrepify off to amplify that damage, but... Yes, hello, John.
Hello, Mike. I'm not sure if this will hold, but looks like Adroit's not quite pulling that combo off. They're having issues with her initiation, and Neon is playing really aggressive. Have to say, I do like seeing this build from Schem, going straight for the Manta first, so not into the Radiance Rush. This is allowing our Spectre to join these fights early, and it has been paying off. It's just been super active from the get-go, top in net worth. And with this kind of early start for Neon, it's only going to build up. Adroit, this is the moment where their draft kind of takes a back seat. If they don't land the combo, then the best they can do is just farm. They can hold out for a while, and at some point the Void becomes another big threat once you're late game, right? Chrono is a spell that you don't really counteract, except Neon has so many ways of dealing with it, simply from Rappy. Like, if you don't catch that Pugna out, again, the Void just doesn't get much done, and Natsumi has been struggling in getting off that Chrono, so it's already starting to show some issues here for Adroit.
That it is, and well, he's got the Maelstrom up now on that Void, but that's just only going to be for farming purposes. He really does need that to just start escalating in farm a little bit. It's really falling quite far behind, about 1.5k net worth behind that Spectre right now, and Natsumi, he's going to smoke up again, this time with CML. They're going to head down to the bot lane. They really still want that tier 1 tower. They are at least going to kill off Bensoy immediately, Neon. And so now this smoke may not pay off, but Adroit, they might still go for it. Boomy gonna get roared up. Chrono is gonna be there. It's a big one on 4 heroes. They will burst down the Grimstroke. Now going after Yopaj. Egg will be there as well, but again, it's just gonna be focused down. Yopaj still in trouble, but Decrepify is gonna be out there from Rappy. And now Mac does clean up Yopaj on the Beastmaster. Going after the Pugner as well, but Playhard gets a Sonic Wave off. Rappy's gonna make the chase. Mac, he's still in trouble. Earn is there from Playhard. He probably won't get the kill in this puck. Or Mac, he does juke the other way, forcing the blink out of that Quap, but it may not matter. Rappy is still chasing. Mac cannot use Orb right now, but he may not know the Netherward's there. In fact, he does. He waits till enough time. Play hard now, blinking back in, still chasing Mac. It's the Great Escape. He gets on the cliff, but has TP in 1 second. Now does have it, but the Nether Blast. Rappy knew. They had no vision, but they could only guess, and it was the right guess.
Yeah, Adroit, they staggered their spell use. They can't afford to do that. We've seen this, the Void Phoenix a lot, but you need the egg in the Chrono, not after. It's just so vulnerable outside that, and again, Natsumi and Boomy just need to sync up. They were pressured to use that Chrono, and Neon has been really on point in forcing these awkward fights out from Adroit, but this is costing Adroit. Every single time these fights happen, you know, Schem just keeps farming up. He has the Manta, he's going for the Diffusal next.
CML just gonna be in, just dies. Decrepify and Life Drain is enough. Bensoy forced to roll away. And they won't, of course, kill off Bensoy. He does get out of there. Now Mac, he's just going to try and secure a kill onto Januel, again committing the Dream Coil. Inkswell is going to be there. Mac has to try and juke that out and does. Now Bensoy is going to come in after the Grimstroke and they do get the kill. But Rappy's going to go after this Phoenix. Dagger to follow up. Won't be enough. Schem, he needed more damage. He's still going to chase for it though. He wants the kill. Another dagger and Schem, he is just so confident. Egg being committed just to survive. And at least this time the egg won't die. And perhaps maybe they could go after Rappy on the Pugner, though no. He drops the Netherward and now you just can't chase him.
Yeah, it's really getting tricky for Adroit. Now, even if the chrono is going to be up, you don't have the egg to really wombo combo off of that. So another timing Adroit's missing out on, and that's just more time for Neon to get big. Like, sure, Adroit invades that triangle, but Skem, it's a bit risky to farm here, but they're not even able to really exploit this.
Still a 2k net worth lead for Neon. They are going to start trying to apply pressure onto that top tier one Adroit. Full Mjolnir is up on Natsumi as well, surprisingly enough. Like, he was really quite struggling on that Void, but he's starting to catch up. The added attack speed is going to help out quite substantially. And he's going to go for a Satanic Rush straight up next. Which is, it feels like an early Satanic to go for, but he has been having a lot of survivability issues. Maybe just feeling like that's the way to go, but Yopaj was waiting there on the Beastmaster bot lane. Oh, it's just perfect from Neon.
Yeah, it's just, they're finding the big pickoffs. They're all over the map. They're still smoked up down mid. They might want to try on Bensoi, but he breaks it. So they'll be happy enough with just the Void kill. And Neon just building up slowly but surely. Like, you mentioned that decent farm on Natsumi. It is nice, but it's not enough to turn the tides. They have to stall this game out a bit more, Adroit, if they want to make use of that Void. And you really don't want to stall a game against a Spectre.
Mac, Dream Coil gonna be there. But that's really just to be able to get out. The struggle continues. Skem gonna work towards that Diffusal Blade now. Almost has it up. Neon, they feel no necessity to go for that really late game style build here on Skem. They just want to fight. Which I can't quite disagree with either, because you're finding so much success just fighting like this with Skem that it's just well worth going for this kind of build. They do try to make a play up onto Skem up at that top lane, but they didn't have Dream Coil available at the time. So it was really just a waste of time to even make that rotation, and now Skem just goes back to the jungle. But they are going to make the rotation into that Radiant Triangle. However, Skem does guess that's coming and does scan it out.
Yeah, they would have been able to get that egg chrono combination there, but not given the opportunity to, and Neon just pull back, continue to farm up. Boomy is really low. He can't really stand too far forward in lane anymore.
Bot lane though, Yopaj just pushing it in as well. That tier 2 tower not going to survive. Neon Esports finding a great trade. Their top tier 1 is still falling, and even the mid lane. Nether blasting that tier 2 tower. Rappy only really gets one Nether blast off on that tower, but damage is damage. Adroit, just got to keep farming. They just got to play this farm game.
Yeah, but Skem is building up. He finished the Diffusal up, is going into the Scotty, so the sustain that the Adroit might have coming out from her Phoenix and the time lapsing back, it's going to be mitigated severely. Even Rappy finishing up that Dagon has a lot of burst damage on hand, so it gets a lot trickier for Adroit to just stand there and actually fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Play hard. Thinking about going on to Boomy in that mid lane, but we'll decide better of it. Does go the opposite way. Mac going to be forced to push out that bot wave again, but mid lane, they are going to make the play down to that Phoenix. He was very deep. He is going to die. That's what I was trying to say initially is gets egged up, and it's been so many times now where he's felt the necessity to just egg like that. But it's never really worked.
No. It's really just wasting a cooldown from Adroit, and every time the egg's down, that just takes away from Chrono. So now they've got to wait for the egg if they really want to force a big fight, and Neon knows that's a weakness. They smoke up.
Mac, they know the position of the puck at the moment. Natsumi's a much bigger kill. Hawk will scout it out, but he does see it in time. So will time walk away. Play hard blinking in, and now Sken just haunts. He does just chrono to run, but Play hard is still chasing. They will not be able to secure the kill on the Void, but you get a chrono out of it. And they will also just take his ancient stats.
Yeah, that's not good news. I mean, you save Natsumi, but when you use the chrono, that just means there is no potential for Adroit to fight now. They've got to wait for the chrono end, and that's a fairly long cooldown. So, again, just back to farming for Adroit. But Neon, they're just going to be finding a lot more on the map. They make their way to the Roche Pit.
Yopaj gonna deal with that Roshan. Of course, you can take it very, very quick with all these units here from Yopaj. But they might need that Spectre, and yes, Skem's gonna come in. They need some more sustainability in this Roshan pit. So you don't really want to lose those units, but this is giving time now for Adroit to try and scout this out. However, they're not really interested in fighting without that chrono. The Skem, Diffusal Blade is there, goes on to CML. Inkswell, will it pop in time? No. They can't cancel the TP. Now Boomy's going to go in. Ben Soy does die to Play hard. Boomy going to find Januel, but may lose his life on the Phoenix. But the Dream Coil going to keep him safe. No! Rappy had the Dagon. So he just zaps him to death. And Neon Esports may just go back into the Roshan pit now.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to be stopping them. This is giving some time for Adroit spells to come out. But the chrono is still a long way off. The egg's not going to be enough. So off into the pit once more. You've got two heroes standing around. Play hard trying to distract. And Adroit, they won't be able to make their way down in time.
Play hard. Looking for another setup. Mac, luckily for him, Roar is not available on Yopaj, so he will just continue to skip the creep waves, the best he can do. Natsumi is still just working for that Satanic. Can afford the Reaver, but just wants to buy it outright, I believe. That Satanic could be a bit oh, Mac. Right next to the Radiant Fountain now. He's gone a bit too deep. Sonic Wave is perfect from Play hard. Again, he is buying space for the Void, but that's your top net worth hero dying. Bot lane, Chrono going to be committed from Natsumi. They have found out Skem with the Sunray. It's going to be plenty of damage. That will be the Aegis. Can they do it again though? Genuel jumps in with the Soulbind. Now Skem going to go after Natsumi. Haunt was committed. And Boomy, well, he might find the Phoenix kill. And he does. So they get the Aegis off Skem. That was the Chrono committed for that. You will lose the Phoenix in the process. Overall, not too bad for Adroit.
Not too bad. Not the ideal, but probably the best you can do with what you have on hand. This is, again, buying space for themselves. So without that Aegis, Skem is going to be playing a bit safe. You bait out the Haunt as well, so you don't have to be worried about being hunted down, and you just need to wait. If you land it consistently in a good pickup, there is an opportunity there.
Mac does have Dream Coil, but it's kind of hard to commit when you don't have the Chrono. Neon, every time they see that Chrono, they go straight for another objective and make it worth their while. Game's going to get even harder as time goes on, as now Yopaj has a Shadow Blade up, so he's going to be a lot sneakier across this map. Not opting for the Blink Dagger initiation, but I think the Shadow Blade is just fine here. Neon will just maintain the dire jungle control. Ben Soy. Bot lane, Rolling Thunder. He will have to commit it to get out of this, I believe. Play hard does spot him out now. He will blink up to the high ground, taking back the outpost. Silence comes out. Play hard will just jump on top. Ben Soy still trying to run, but the Sonic Wave is going to be enough. Now Mac coming in. Doesn't have Dream Call any longer. Natsumi will get the position for Quap. Raw is going to be there on the Phoenix. Yapaj will be able to clean that one up as well. Mac is still trying onto Rappy, but he is proving to be a little bit too difficult as CML now will jump onto the Enchantress as well. Natsumi at least managing to find I believe, did he find a kill there? No, I think the Queen of Pain was already dead. He just had to BKB TP out.
Yeah. It's not the ideal. I think Adroit really just wanted the EXP from the outpost, which they did get, and they recaptured it right before it turned, so they do get that, but again, you're seeing a lot of compromise plays from Adroit. Just trying to slow down the game, to find small wins.
Sorry, John, you're
here and there.
Yeah, the
They
mic
still
issue.
not, and
Alright, well, we'll let John sort that out. So, Natsumi still trying to get towards that Satanic, but he did buy out the BKB in all fairness. Lincoln Sphere now going to be up on Mac as well. So they've got a lot of defensive capability here on Adroit. And with those, they're going to smoke up again. Now this time around, they do have the Chrono up. Definitely want to try and play on the back of that Chrono. But smoke is already going to be broken. They'll commit Dream Call there onto that Queen of Pain. Life Drain from Rappy, though, is going to keep him safe, though Natsumi's going to look for that Pugna. He does get him with the Chrono now. Just trying to burst down Rappy, and that should be successful in doing so as well. Mac does help him out. Yopaj, meanwhile, trying to deal with this Egg. CML does drop on the Enchantress. Egg goes down as well. Now Yopaj with the Raw does go straight onto that Void Natsumi, who didn't have mana for the Time Walk. Oh, the Diffusal Blade from Skem gets rid of all the rest of his mana. And, well, it looked okay once he killed off the Pugna, but now with that that Void dead again. And an 11k net worth lead for Neon Esports. They are going to start going through mid. You've still got the Necro units there from the Beastmaster to help out as well, so this tier 3 will not last long unless someone is there to defend it. But Skem is not feeling afraid. He goes in onto CML, CML being diffused, may just die to illusions if he's not careful. Dream Call does come out, Inkswell there onto Skem, he will be just fine. Mac will jump back in, still no buyback from the Void, he's holding on. There's going to be a roll in from Bensoy. Mac still trying to chase down the Beastmaster Yopaj. Yopaj should die though. No, the Soulbind will stop the roll from going in, and now the pause is out. And we do have some lag issues coming out for Januel. There is a reconnection there from Rappy. Sonic Wave going to be huge. Mac does die. Play hard. A great setup. And now looks like they are going to go ahead on to that Pangolier. Bensoy will die. CML in trouble. He'll also go down. And Neon Esports, man, they are looking fantastic in this series thus far. That tier 1 racks, or the racks, will be fine. The Sunray will be enough as well as the 2 buybacks. They don't want to really stretch this out too far if they don't have to. And I can't quite blame them. There's plenty of gold on the side of Neon Esports to spend, and there's still farm to be had.
Dire are scanning.
That Abyssal Blade now going to be up and available on Skem.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Natsumi at least will have the Chrono back up in 5 seconds. It hasn't really helped though. That Pugna has been really haunting Natsumi this whole game. Now Skem just going to find a solo kill onto Boomy on the Phoenix.
Has fallen.
And, well, they trying to jump in, Neon. Sonic. No Sonic Wave from Playhard. He doesn't actually have it, but the Roar is there from Yopaj. And now Scam going to jump in again. The Void is going to die. I think Natsumi does have to buy back, and he will. They're going to go for the fight with the Chrono now. But Neon have backed off in time. You've got to find that Pugna before your Chrono. Decrep is there on the Quap again. They just can't get the Chrono off. Natsumi does not want to die, does commit Chrono just onto Rappy. Can they help Rappy out here? Looks like Natsumi doesn't have the damage. He can't actually kill the Pugna. They do also get the egg off here from Boomy, but nobody's dying. There's just way too much sustain. They're going to go after Mac now on that puck. In fact, no, they want Boomy on the Phoenix. In fact, never mind. It's going to be Bensoin the Pangolier. He will die now. And with that, Playhard just feeling it. Starts diving T4 towers. Wasn't the greatest ideas. He does lose a lot of HP, but Rappy will be there to give him all that HP back. And they'll go through backdoor protection, even forcing a glyph through the backdoor.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Mid-racks will go down. It's a very, very difficult defense here for the side of Adroit. Abyssal, oh, Boomy, no. Standing way too close, not respecting the Abyssal Blade of Skem. Mac gonna jump in for a quick silence, but it does not help. And now Playhard again jumping in. Another Roar on Natsumi. The Dream Coil's there, but it's not enough. They will both die, and the GG has been called. And Neon Esports going from an 0-2 loss up against Geek Fam to just a very, very dominant victory up against Adroit. They led through this game basically the whole time. You'd make the argument Adroit had the slight advantage at 5 to 10 minutes into the game, but overall, Neon, they just showed up this game. Nevertheless, it is MLP Dota. I'll be back with the next game coming up very, very shortly. It should be about 10 minutes from now before that next game starts. And hopefully we'll see you all again very, very soon.